Okay, next part here on the F4i build. It's finally got my fairings I was waiting for. These are a set of Chinese fairings. I've had good luck with them in the past, never from this particular distributor, but these were just some ones I could get off eBay. Nobody really made the design that I wanted. It's kind of the more modern HRC design, so more like off of 2012. So I found these guys out the door after like a eBay savings code and some other things. Canadian, it was about $540, which honestly, what more can you ask for? So quality is actually pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised. If you look on the back side, some are painted better than others as well. Not a ton of clear on these, you can still feel the decal. There's a couple small smudges, like right there, just where maybe there's like a piece of lint or something when they were painting, but honestly for $500, what more can you ask for? Maybe my story will change once I start mounting them up, but honestly the paint looks good. For a set of custom fairings and paint, you're like $2,000 or $3,000. OEM, same. So, I mean, for $500, you can look the other way. It's not going to be a show bike anyways, so, but definitely looks better than what came off it. So, I'm going to finish getting the controls put on this guy and start putting these fairings on. Okay, so next update here on the F4i. Been working on it here a bit, starting to get the front end put together. I got the fairing on, still got to pull that front tire back off so I can stick the fender up in there and get some grips on. Fix this engine mount bolt and then I'll finish putting the tank on. Fix my mount up here so it lines up. You can see I already got my cowling in here, looks good. So far fairings are fitting pretty decent. So I was focusing on wiring, switch these out for the flush mount turn signals, and right now I'm doing the back. This harness has been pretty hacked before, so just going through here cleaning up some old wiring. This one's for your license plate light. And I believe this is your left, and your right. I've already trimmed the solder joint here off. So I just got these OEM replacements, nice cheap ones, but they look good. So using my Deutsch connectors, what I'll end up doing, so on one end I'll put this plug, and on the other side I'll end up putting one of these plugs. That way the next person that goes and does it, or you pull the taillights off again, you can't wire them in backwards. Gonna keep going on this guy and get this part put together tonight. Okay, so there you can see what I was talking about, wiring one side with the female plug and one side with the male plug, just so that they can't get them backwards. It's going to be a bit to hide up under the fairing, but actually it should be pretty okay. There wasn't much wire left to get back to some coppery looking copper, so yeah. Gonna do my light side next and plug them together and give them a test. Okay, so I finished up my wiring up there. Before I can put that tail section on though, I gotta finish bleeding brakes, but I wanted to tackle this guy before putting fairings on. So it was stripped engine mount bolt. It looked like when the guy had laid it down with the stunt cage on it, it pulled helicoil out of the frame, but actually I got lucky. So I started this bolt in here and these threads are perfect. So the threads into the head are perfect. I'm not sure why you would have tapped the frame to go, maybe that's how you bolted the stunt cage on and that's how it pulled out, but just got to find a shorter bolt and torque this guy up and should be ready to go again. Okay, so next night, finished getting this engine mount bolted up. Unfortunately, I did have to tap further into the head. It is a blind hole through the head, so there was lots of meat there. The initial threads into the head were stripped, so they'll just tap it all the way through, use an extra long bolt. Had to do some custom milling here on my 17 socket because this is a specialty bolt from Honda. Or like this one where it's M10 size, but it's got a flange on it, and when it comes to M10 fine thread, this is really all you can get. So fortunately I did thread in there, torqued up nice, and I've got one cheap Stanley socket that yeah, never know when you're gonna need it, I guess. So there we go. Gonna get on to changing some fluids. Okay, next part, doing a few things here. Doing an oil change, got the new filter on. All that came out of it wasn't bad, no chips, nothing like that, but definitely need to be changed. So got that guy going. While I was doing that, I was trying to see if I could get this strip bolt out of the top of the tank here. So I didn't want to go welding the nut on here with all the electronics and cables around it. It's just really hard to keep your spatter under control and heat. So tried tapping on top. I was going to use 2 nuts and just back it off like a stud, and that guy snapped off. Luckily snapped off flush, so drilled it out and used a left-hand drill bit. So there she goes. That's a pretty big win when you get one to come out like that. So there we go. Gonna stick a shorter one in there, I guess, and see if she'll go in nice.